my fellow Americans. If you think you know politics, think again. I'm Michael Cohen, and every week on When You Know, we're pulling back the curtain on power, politics, media, and the people making headlines. On my new WABC radio show, you'll hear conversations from names that you know. People like Jerry Falwell Jr., Anthony Scaramucci, Alan Dershowitz, and many, many more. Maybe, just maybe, we'll even hear from the president. No scripts, no spin, just real conversations with people who were in the room where it happened. And trust me, we've got some very big surprises coming. Look, I've spent years at the center of politics, controversy, and power. I know the players, I know the stories, and now I'm bringing you inside. When You Know, Sundays at 5 p.m. on WABC Radio, and When You Know Unleashed, wherever you get your podcasts. Because with me, you never know who's going to show up.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us today is Lynn Shaw, LynnsWarriors.org, protecting our children, well, in the whole country. And she's with us every Sunday to give us an update, what progress we're making in protecting our kids. Well, Lynn Shaw, please tell us.
Thank you, John, but I am sick today, John, because America should be sick today, too, because there's a newly released report which comes out yearly from the National Center on Missing and Exploited Children in D.C., and they just released their 2025 report, and it paints a sobering picture of the online threats facing children today, and it serves, John, as a wake-up call for everyone, for parents, educators, our lawmakers, and technology companies. I mean, get ready, John. I hope you're sitting down, because what I'm about to tell you, the numbers are staggering. Report it to the cyber tip line. Get ready, more than 1.4 million reports of online enticement. And we're talking about right here, just in the United States. More than 50,000 reports of financial sextortion. More than 113,000 reports involving child sex trafficking and exploitation. And listen to this. This is a 158% overall increase from the last report in 2024, and a 323% increase in child sex trafficking reports. I mean, what is going on here, John? And this is what we know about. Remember, these numbers, a lot of people don't report things, so the numbers are always a lot higher. Remember, these are not, statistics. We're talking about children here, American kids. So, as we always discuss, the Internet has become this playground, classroom and social center for an entire generation, but it's become this hunting ground for predators and the scammers and all these criminals who are running around who understand technology much better than most parents. But here's the good news. We share at the Warriors. Parents are not powerless, because we talk about it every week right here on the Cats Round Table. Awareness is prevention. We have conversations which save lives. We know this. And we need our communities in America to stand together and rally and say we can come together and protect kids. There's a website called cybertipline.org, and that's where you would make the report. But what stands out, I have to reiterate this, is the scale. The sheer number of reports involving online enticement shows this is no longer as just, some small issue we can close the door and hide behind, John. It's affecting families all over America. Nobody's exempt from any of this.
Now, Lynn, you were in the White House the week before, and you felt you were making progress. Is that all dependent on the next time they vote in Congress?
We were talking about the Kids Online Safety Act, which I just learned a few minutes ago is coming up for what they call a markup on July 12th in the Senate. In the House, they created some bill, John, I call it a piece of toilet paper, the Kids Act. They took our nice piece of legislation, they took out all the words that mean something, but now it's back in the hands of the Senate, and that's what we want. So the Senate, we have a chance right now on July 12th when they mark it up, that they go back to our original words, our duty of care, our preemption language, all this stuff we've been 4.5 years fighting for, and in the Senate, put all that back in for child safety. So I'm feeling very optimistic, and then it goes to the president's desk for signature. So this is a good thing that's happening. And again, we just learned about this, recently. But I want America to understand, John, what's happening here with this online enticement of our kids. And our Kids Online Safety Act feeds all into that, because what it would do if, whether it's X or whether it's Facebook or Instagram, if on their end, holding big tech accountable, they see this enticement, they see this language, they see these nude images, it's up to them to do everything in their power, big tech, to take it down, okay, to do something with it. It's just this free-for-all right now of, that runaway train. There is no regulation with big tech, something I repeat over and over again, which is amazing. It's the only business we know of. There's no regulation. But we've got criminals out there convincing kids to send, explicit images.
And do you have a list of those congressmen or whoever changed those things to make it easier for those companies?
Yeah, of course I have a list. And remember,
don't forget what we did last time. We put a whole page in the New York Post,
which Washington saw. I proudly thank you for that, for sharing our passion and sharing the truth and sharing the information, because, John, most media companies will not talk about what you and me talk about on a weekly basis. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to share it. And you know what? This is the truth. This is the truth, what's happening, what we talk about every week. And that's what we have to continue doing. But we have to keep sounding the alarm, 24/7, 7 days a week, about what the public can do. The public has to get involved. So this piece of legislation right now, Kids Online Safety Act, Senate version 1748, I am hoping and praying when they mark it up, okay, in the next couple of days, that, we will find this language back in the bill, because all hell's going to break loose if it's not put back to this original version that was written and co-sponsored by Senator Marsha Blackburn and Senator Richard Blumenthal. Because our president, if I have to stand in that Oval Office and bar him from that pen, that Sharpie, he cannot sign a piece of legislation, John, that is anything less than a piece that says big tech has a duty of care. We have to have now some sort of regulation. We don't, we're pro-innovation, pro-technology. We don't even want all this government in our lives, but we've come to a point. Did you hear what I just told you?
Yes.
Over 300% enticement of child sex trafficking online in 1 year. I can't imagine what next year's report will be.
Lynn Shaw, I stand next to you, and we're going to make sure we expose the bad people that try to hurt our kids. And thank you so much for coming on again this Sunday, and let's stay informed.
Thank you, John. LynnsWarriors.org.